Voicing Ingle here, back with another video. Welcome back to the chit-chat in the foxhole. So happy you're here. Sitting here getting ready to do some auditions, and it actually triggered an idea for a video. Oh, look at my new headphones. So if you saw my last video, I was unboxing these, and then I stopped because I got caught up in the chit-chat. But I've been testing them out, and these are really great headphones. They're by Audio-Technica. Only about 69 bucks on Amazon, so that's a really great price, because there's so many more out there that's more expensive than that, and then there's some that are less expensive. So whatever tickles your fancy, right? Whatever makes your booth works is what makes your booth works. So I'm sitting here getting ready to do some auditions, and it got me to thinking. How many of you are on the Pay2Plays? And there is an ongoing battle if you should pay to play or not. I have worked with coaches that are for Pay2Plays, and I've worked with coaches that is against it, dead set against it. A lot of it is they feel like it cheapens the industry. There are legitimate arguments to both sides of the issue. It really is. But at the end of the day, you got to make the best decision for you and quote the price that is worth your value. And I quote non-union rates per the GVAA rate guide. So for those of you that are new, definitely Google GVAA rate guide. Look at any video you can on YouTube that discusses it so you'll know how to read it and understand it and quote it. There's a range that you can quote within. It may say anywhere, from $250 to $550, maybe for a non-broadcast narration. That's anywhere from a 3 to 5 minute explainer or something like that. So maybe you want to start out quoting on the lower end, right? And that's fine. Just quote your worth and let the GVAA rate guide be that, your guide and your quoting. So I'm on voices.com, and also I'm on Fiverr. Now, I know people really detest Fiverr, but I'm not in Fiverr quoting $5. I am quoting GVAA non-union rates on there. I quoted it, my first 4-figure deal, and she agreed to it. I quoted GVAA rates, non-union, and I got it. And then this last one I did, right out the gate, they quoted me saying, we'll pay you this amount. And I said, bet, because that is within the guidelines of the GVAA rate guide. So you tell me it ain't working. It's working for me. And I will continue to stand 10 toes down on Fiverr. I will quote my worth per that rate guide. I'm trying to figure something out with voices. So you go in there. So I'm really talking to the community. What do you do? Because I think so many, since the pandemic, and I'm a pandemic VO transplant, whatever you want to call it. I joined in 2020, June of 2020. That's when I started VO, my VO journey. And I noticed, and I was hearing that they say since the pandemic, voices and other pay-to-play platforms has been saturated with new VO talent. You go on there and you can see, excuse me, I'm shaking the camera, I'm sorry. You'll see that there's so many responses out there, and it may have only been posted maybe an hour, and it may already have 80-something people. So I'm trying to figure out timing, because I can't just pay attention to voices all day. When do you look at something and you say, you know what, I'm not going to even waste my time doing that? I think anything over maybe 50 or 60, if I see a response rate of that to that particular audition, I'm not even going to waste my time, because the chances of them listening to it, I think, in my mind, that it's pretty low. But beyond that, another reason why I'm on Voices is to practice the techniques that I was taught by my coaches. Because you want to stay sharp in your craft, you want to continue to improve, you want to get better, and this is good practice for whenever you do your commercial demos And since I'm recording my commercial demo next week, I got to stay in this booth and keep cranking out auditions, whether I get the job or not. And most times you're not. But if you get shortlisted, that's great, meaning they heard it and they liked it. So they put you in this nice little pile that says, we're going to revisit this one because they may get the job or they may not, but at least they'll give you a second look. So you always want to see if you get shortlisted. So this is my third year on Voices, and I have been very off and on with my recording, and I need to stop that. I need to be consistent because, you got to be good. I'm working on that to do anywhere from 10 to 15 auditions a day is the goal. And it has to be quality auditions because if it doesn't match my skill set, I don't think I can do that. Like young, I can't really sound young adult. I'm middle-aged or older voice sounding because, again, I have a natural rasp and a natural vocal fry in my voice. So to see the young female type some auditions ask for, can't do that. So being able to pick and choose the right ones, because I'm all about quality over quantity and sticking with those auditions that matches my skill set and not just wasting their time or my time doing an audition that I know I clearly don't qualify for. And that goes with comfort level. And when you do that, you'll sound more believable. So that's that on that. If you're on Voices or any other pay-to-plays, how's it going for you? Are you being shortlisted a lot? Have you been hired for many jobs or a few? I've only been hired for one job on Voices. So it's hard, which is another reason why I've had more success on Fiverr, because I have done 64 jobs now on Fiverr, 64 versus one on Voices. So there's that. But the purpose for Voices, to practice, to just put to use the training that you received on a pay-to-play, is the value that I get out of it. And I feel like that I'm not wasting my time. Now, the one thing I don't like about Voices is their subscription price. It's $500. Now, I don't know if it's going to go up anytime soon, but the last few years it has been $500. And I am here to tell you I've never paid $500. The first 2 years, I used to coach with a lady who gave us a discount code because she has a working relationship with Voices. And so they give her a discount code that she can give to her students. And so she has sent that out for a couple of years, which was great. So this last year, I said, man, I really want to get back on Voices, but I don't want to pay $500. Sometimes you got to think outside the box. So I just went on Google and I Googled coupon discount for voices.com. And it started giving me a whole slew of coupons. I had to look through maybe one or two Google pages, and I was just trying all the discount codes until one finally hit, and I paid 50% off. 50% off, so I ended up paying $250 versus the $500. So that's my tip of the day. For those of you that want to do a pay-to-play and don't want to pay full price, just Google coupons for whatever that pay-to-play site is, and whatever listing shows up, just put them all in a little coupon code box and see if it hits. It may help save a few bucks in your pocket. It really helped me in that moment. The rate of return in doing Voices is very little to none, especially when you're starting out. And like I said, I only got one job. So one job that only paid at the time only $100. It really wasn't all that. It wasn't anything serious. So $100 and it's $500. And in the 3 years that I've been on Voices, just one job, that is not a good ROI. So Google coupon for whatever pay-to-play site, get the list of the codes, and go one by one and see what you can get. You may see some for 20% off, 30% off, 50% off. I will try all the 50% offs first and see if any of those take a hit. And for me, it worked. So that's my little tip to y'all. All right, well, I'm going to get back into these auditions. There's 15 right now in my inbox. We'll see which of these 15 matches my skill set, and we're going to do some submitting. That's all I got to say about that. Be safe, and I will catch you all in the next one. Oh, and Roll Tide.